Hi everybody, it's Lori Wetzel here, and this is the second of the two tech tips that were promised during the end of the year training with your MacBooks. And this tech tip is going to focus on getting Snagit installed on your MacBook in case you would like to start doing some screencasting this summer. At least give it a try, knowing that Snagit will be installed on your computer in the fall as part of the image. This is going to be a little tricky because I'm actually using a different piece of screencasting software in order to show you how to download Snagit, which you're going to use to do screencasts. So bear with me, might get a little messy, but hopefully it's going to work out just fine. So included in the email with the link to this video, you'll have gotten some information. And this information will also be posted into the tech portal. But it is going to include a link to where you go to install the Snagit software. It's also going to include a license key. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that URL. I'm going to minimize my window and go into the internet, and I'm going to paste that URL. And this is the website where I'm able to download Snagit for the Mac. Once you get to this site, you're going to want to click on the tab that says Download Snagit on Mac. Click on that tab and you're going to say, I have never installed Snagit. So it's going to ask you to follow some steps. Basically, I'm going to click Download Snagit on my Mac. Again, you'll see the download kind of flip to the upper right hand corner, and that is indication that this download is starting to get transferred into the downloads folder of your computer. So we'll give it a minute to do that. Remember, you can get to your downloads either down here on your dock, but again, probably a better way of getting to it is by going to your Finder window, and you can see by the progress here that it's almost done. So I'm going to go over to my Finder, and I'm going to go to Downloads, and now I have something called Snagit.dmg. On a PC, your executable files, your applications that you install normally have an exe on them. On a Mac, you're going to see DMG. So I'm going to go ahead and double click and go ahead and agree, and it is going to open this Snagit.dmg, and this is how simple it is. I literally click it and drag it into the applications folder that's there, and it's going to copy Snagit into my applications. If you wish to get a little bit of a how-to, you can click here to get a product tour. I'm going to close that window, and if I go into my applications, I now have Snagit on my computer, and if you wish to put it into the dock, you can just drag it right into your dock, and it should stay there. All right, well, this seems to be working out pretty well, so I'm going to go ahead and X out of my applications window, and I am going to quit out of Safari, and I'm going to open up Safari for the first time, or pardon me, Snagit for the first time. It tells you that it's an application downloaded from the internet and are sure you want to open it. Yes, you do. I kind of prematurely installed Snagit before doing this tech tip and then realized I shouldn't have done that. So when you open Snagit for the first time, you are going to be prompted for a license key, or that you'll be just given a 30-day free trial. The license key will be included in the email, or it will be included in the tech portal document, and this license key would need to be copied and pasted into the appropriate place. Once the application has been filled in with the appropriate licensing key, you should be ready to get going. This file right here that shows up on your desktop, you no longer need, so you are welcome to throw it into the trash and your Snagit file will work just fine, or Snagit application. Now Snagit, as I mentioned, now works as a screen capture. It just used to be for images. So I'm going to show you really quickly how it works. I'm first going to quit out of Word since I no longer need to refer to it. And you see this little area over here that allows me to capture either a picture or a video. So I'm going to click on video. I can go to my capture preferences. So when I go to capture and I go to preferences, I'm going to click over here on keyboard, and this tells me what my shortcuts are for recording and for stopping and starting and pausing. My video capture start and stop recording is this key sequence right here, and this is actually Shift, Control, and V. So that is the shortcut I can use to start and stop my screen captures. I've changed this, so yours probably isn't going to look this way. I wanted a different shortcut, one that made a little more sense to me, so I made my shortcut Shift, Control, and P. And if you want to set your shortcut differently, click on it like I just did, and all I did was press down the Shift, Control, and P buttons, and that is going to set my shortcut the way I want it set. If you want to keep it the way they were originally set, that is obviously your prerogative to do so. Whatever shortcut works for you, and customize the software in whatever way you want. Now all there is to it, to creating a screenshot, is to literally click the red button to capture it, and this is where it might get tricky because I'm now doing a screencast using Camtasia and also doing a screencast using Snagit at the same time, so I guess we'll see if it works. I'm going to click on the red button, and what it asks me to do is figure out how much of the screen I want. I'm just going to go to the upper left-hand corner because I want my entire screen. It says it's ready to record, and my audio is on, and you can kind of see my audio growing from the bottom right here. I'm going to click on record. It's going to count me down, 3, 2, 1, and I am now recording my screen. So if you want to create any kind of how-to for your students, you are able to do that. You can click on your menu bars, you can click anywhere you want to, you can interact with the screen in whatever way you want. If you want to pause, again, I set mine to Shift Control P, and I would press that to pause and unpause, and then when I'm done, I press a Shift Control V, which I just did. So now it is finishing my recording. This is the recording I just made, and I can press play to see if it worked. So it looks like I actually can create a screencast of how to create a screencast, so kind of interesting. But anyway, that's how it works. The difference between Snagit and Camtasia, in Snagit you are not able to do any editing within the program. Could I edit this video? Yes. I could actually pull it into iMovie, which is built into your computers, and I could edit it that way. But again, those of you who are diehard Camtasia users, contact Chris Young, and she will make sure that you get the Camtasia access that you want. Now the nice thing about this, my file's done. It's ready to go. All I do is save file, save as, and this was my sample video. I choose where I want to save it. I'll just save it to my desktop. And then this video, I'm going to quit out of Snagit, can now be loaded onto your website. It could be loaded up to YouTube or whatever you want to have happen with it. So that is how Snagit works. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me, and the download URL as well as the key license code will be sent your way and will also be available on the tech portal. Have a great summer.